financial statement numbers to determine where it is at.
You Aguilar, where you at? Pride's in the dust. Once a shining beacon, now a bust. Utilities crumbling, bills stacking high. Whole state laughing, saying, man, don't even try. One post office left, businesses packed their bags. Mayor Erlinda smirking, but the town just drags. Aguilar town pride, what a show. Looking like a ghost town, moving slow. With $1 million in debt, oh what a glow. But we're proud, don't you know? Walking down Main Street, all boarded up tight. Used to have potential, now it's just a fright. Raise the rates, they shout like that'll fix the mess. Sell it all off, man, it's a real success. Voiceless in the silence, only bark when they're mad. At the media exposing just how bad it's had.
The town is going to need to determine if it can operate in future fiscal years.
Don't you know? Shout out to Sarah and Stephanie, holding the line. Stars of the office, but it's a losing grind. When the money's gone, will they stick around? Fixing potholes while the town's going down. Mayor Erlinda got a plan so grand, but the budget's tighter than a two-bit band. Can't fly the flag, well let's dim the lights. Aguilar's the punchline, but hey, we've got rights. So here's to the future, whatever it takes. Dissolve by next year, just a few
The general ledger and the town's financial records are missing so much information that we don't know what the final numbers will look like.
Oh, what a glow, but we're proud, don't you know? So raise a glass of water for Aguilar, we'll toast to the end. Even when it's crumbling, we'll still pretend. Aguilar is the laughing stock because its residents refuse to stand. The pride they have is a laugh. Boarded up buildings is such a gas. Don't be like Aguilar, stand up for your town.
In the 2025 audit, that the town does not have enough assets or owes so much money to others that it may not be able to continue in existence through the end of 2026.
Town pride. This is what you get when you let the government just do what they want. You don't show up to meetings and you try to run off the people telling the truth. Congrats, Aguilar. Show that pride.
Right.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. We had Angie that stopped in, well, not technically first, because we have some guests on our show today. But we had Angie that popped in. Ashcan, long time no see, bro. Great to see you out there. Savage Broadcasting. We have Betty. Betty's going to love this news. I don't know about anybody else, but Betty's going to love this news. And then we had Johnny Bravo. Don't forget about Johnny Bravo. And then, of course, you know, one of our guests had to chime in to chat, which is Vern. What's up, Vern? I think he wasn't ready for that one. We also have Sue. How you doing today, Sue?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I think the news has gotten a lot of people's spirits up.
Big time.
And then not last but not least, and we might have a few more here. Last but not least, we have the ever so popular Robert. You know Robert. You know that guy that won all of his cases. What's up, Robert?
Yo, the mysterious midnight chalker. He might decide.
Why are you shouting him out?
He might decide to start chalking again tonight.
Oh, are you?
That's the rumor I heard about 30 minutes ago.
He's calling out Chalkman. He said, "Chalkman, it's time." He's throwing up the Chalkman symbol out on the clouds. He's like, "All right, it's time.
Chalk it up." Oh man. Well, guys, we got a little bit of a show for you today, for sure. Breaking news.
That's scary. That's scary, bro.
So I said those eyes look like a serial killer.
Breaking news, breaking news. 5 felony charges.
In case a lot of you don't know who this is, then obviously you haven't been watching our
It's
show.
the girl that you
Shame
people
on
kept
you.
making cry over and over and over. He kept making her cry. This is you people's victim.
Oh, hold on a second. Last but not least, we've got John Denicola that just jumped up into chat. What's up, John?
Evening, guys.
We just heard about how many
Hello,
times
John.
this girl's cried over you people, you know? And we have the videos to prove it, you know?
Well, let's not forget about her statements in court, too, that are real suspect. And when I say real, I mean they were way out. But yeah,
She got some bags under her eyes, don't she?
I got a feeling she's going to have more than bags under her eyes by the time this is done.
$1,000 bail.
Well, I have a feeling it's like that one poem or story about the tall tale heart, where the heart is just beating up underneath the floor. I have a feeling like she might have had that effect on her. Like, she doesn't look like she's gotten very much sleep, and she's you don't get very much sleep when you're running from the law and trying to make sure to cover all your tracks. And did I do this? Did I delete that? Did I do this? I mean, it's got to be hell on her, right?
Yeah,
Well,
are they going to still find?
You kind of raise an interesting point, too, because, not for nothing, but this clearly she didn't do this by herself, right? We know that there were other people involved. We know that at least on 2 occasions that we caught certain town employees walking out of the town hall with boxes upon boxes of files during the investigation, which should be raising a red flag for anybody at CBI regarding the people that worked in that town hall. I mean, this kind of could be the beginning of a whole plethora of arrests that may come down from it. Who knows? Could be just her, but it could be more.
Hey, Dorianne, welcome in. Great to see you. In case you just popped in, you know who that is. Guess who got arrested today? So
I told her she should come and join us.
What's that?
I told her she should come up here on the panel and join us.
Oh, do you have contact with her still?
Yeah. Well, not this exact second, but.
Oh, yeah. Send her a link.
I tried, but it didn't work.
Wow, that face is only a face that a mother could love. Oh my God. Thank you for taking it off.
Well, and I think John was right. I think that face right there should be an omen to the rest of the people that are operating as they are in Aguilar right now. Not just Aguilar. I mean, there's a couple of other places that we found this type of behavior, and I don't know. I mean, it took a while. Did it not? It took a while for it to happen, but I do believe that we said a while back that the wheels of justice turn very fucking slow, and you just have to sit and wait.
Yep, you have to have more patience than they do. That's for sure.
Right. Well, and it would also explain the fact that we couldn't get more information as we were trying to do digging. We're getting the solid runaround and whatnot and so forth. But that would explain why we were getting the runaround, is because it was still underneath investigation all the way up till now. And everybody that was involved. So I kind of bring up this question. do you think that Stephanie, who is now running the office, is trying to work a deal like for immunity? Hey, if I testify against these people, will charges not be brought up against me? Type thing.
Yeah, that's why I call her a snake. I think that's exactly what she's going to do.
You know, it would be kind of interesting to see what happens. I mean, theoretically, you know, if Sarah ran first and Sarah got there first and said, "Hey, I'm going to rat out the group." I mean, I guess it's you know, usually it's the deal goes to the first one that shows up. You know what I mean? So
Right.
let's see who wins the race. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Sarah's going to do anything.
I don't
Well,
know.
what do you mean?
I mean, theoretically, if you're looking at jail time, even if she got to plead out, she still has some issues there. There's still a possibility, even with a plea deal, that a judge turns around and throws the deal out and says, no, she's doing jail time. These are things that people need to consider at this point, you know. But again, I'm not an attorney and I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just saying from the outside looking in, you know, it's who's got the better part of the bargain and who knows what.
Good point.
Well, I'm betting you that she's kicking herself in the ass for burning all those records that they took out of there. I mean, she could almost like have kept that stuff and had something against Stephanie or Tyra, but I mean, you can't keep evidence laying around, so that's got to get destroyed. So it kind of worked against her in that aspect.
Hey, everybody should hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends. I mean, a lot of us work years on this, you know, from beginning to exposing it to peeling back the onion to getting away from the stinky onion and letting it think it got away, you know.
You know,
Right.
you know who's gonna be really upset about this, don't you? I think Jack is gonna be upset. I'm just saying.
Aw.
I apologize, Jack.
Well, and I think we're a little bit too early for Jack. He hasn't hit his drinking time yet, so I don't think we're going to see Jack in the chat today. And who knows? We might. We might.
But yeah, I mean, a thumbs up, that's easy enough. Share if you feel, you know, that'd be cool. And yeah, there's a lot of news articles out here. You people, if you want to share any of them specifically, there's quite a few. It's up to you if there's any specifically. I mean, I got this one here.
Yeah, you share that one. I'm gonna get some other stuff here.
Hilarious. But I do gotta kind of zoom back out a little.
So this is an interesting update that I kind of pay attention to everything. So even though I'm mostly at home, Stephanie has not been in the office since Wednesday, or her vehicle has not been at the office since Wednesday. And today, the white SUV is parked outside the garage. The first day in almost a week.
Well, you know, she's a busy lady. She is all over the place. She is handling it.
Right. And I think she kind of knew this was coming down the pike because they gave her $30 raise, $30 an hour raise less than a month ago. Or close to a month ago.
And she calls people on Sunday to straighten out their water issues. So there's $35 an hour.
All right. So before Wednesday, I've seen her car at the office all 7 days a week for the whole month. Even a little bit before, they said she had the $30 raise. But she's the one that writes the checks. So how long has she been getting $30 an hour? It could be a year now.
Well, I mean, in the one article that I read from the World Journal, Ruth kicking ass over there. Supposedly, there was 2 payments of $1,800 that got put out on payroll, but didn't have any deductions or anything like that taken off of them.
Right, and those were supposed to be
And
for somebody that got terminated after they got
right,
terminated.
right. I mean, the
But
way
it
that
didn't
they
say a
handle their
name.
money is kind of really crazy to me. They like to do things in a way that, you know, supposedly there's no trail, but then they leave a trail.
Right.
We got Jack Johnson. Hey, Jack, did you hear? Did you hear your fish got hooked?
Oh,
Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie daisy. Did she do that? Oh, man. I still remember all the meetings where she was saying people were attacking her and they were accusing her and this and that. And nobody was even attacking her. They were just asking questions.
don't ask questions.
She posted a 50.
You're at the airport. Okay, now that's some shady shit. Tyra gets arrested and you're at the airport? What?
Wait a minute. I just saw your car go by.
Could be going to the airport by Walsenburg where they don't have an office there for people to fly in and out.
Right?
You know
Oh,
what's
okay.
what's kind of interesting about this too is the same sheriff's department that told us that they wouldn't get involved in Aguilar had to get involved in the arrest. How ironic is that?
That's funny.
Okay, the hijack is something I can't say at the airport. It's not funny if you have to explain it. Damn.
Oh no, it's very funny if you have to explain it.
Yeah, for us it is.
Maybe you need to word that a little bit better. How about them apples?
I'm speechless right now.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
Guys, this has been a long fight. Thank everyone that's been in this. I don't even know what to say right now. It's been a long time coming.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this.
I kind of switching off of this for 1 second. I did notice that there was an issue with the water quality in Aguilar, and that seems to be in discrepancy. But I could have sworn that if it's contaminated,
That whole article, the whole
Yeah, but what
article will
happens if
come out. Everyone's
I
focusing on that water thing. They're missing the $1.8 million that's being wrote
Well,
off.
listen, it's not just the 1.8 million that's MIA, right? It's also the fact that the water quality is garbage, right now,
Right.
as it stands under the test. So what happens if those tests come back and they're the same? And there is a issue with the water quality, which has been the complaint since day one.
At the meeting, they've had a big fight over this with me. They're saying they've got verification that the water is good, that those were false readings. Yet, even after saying they will give me a copy of it so I could post, I didn't not get that from them. So, as far as I'm concerned, the thing that I posted from the CDPHE says there's bacteria in the water. They can say what they want. Their mouth fucking runs, but they do nothing.
And when you turn the water on, all you get is chlorine anyway.
Ooh, I like this article.
Each needed. Yeah, throw it up.
All right, I'm gonna switch over here. We're gonna switch over and we're gonna go over here. I like this article. You gotta love Ruth.
They did with the skate park.
You gotta love Ruth. I love this. I love her title. I love Ruth. She even got like a close up.
I just want to say Ruth is probably the only shining star at that newspaper.
Go back up real quick, you people. Let's see all that money she embezzled. She didn't get no Rogaine. You know what I mean?
Well, I think she's been wearing wigs. That hair looks kind of short.
The most important picture of her life, and that's how she dressed. Oh my goodness!
Look how Rogaine kills cats.
This is pretty much almost word for word as everybody else.
How much time will she get for this?
What's that?
When she gets convicted, how much time do you think she'll get?
Well, it's a bunch of low-level felonies. I don't understand how that is either. Because on Good Citizens one, what was it? Let's see. She got a theft of $20,000 to $100,000, which is a class 4 felony. She got cybercrime, which is $20,000 to $100,000. That's a class 4 felony. Embezzlement of public property. That's a class 5 felony. That's a pretty low felony.
Well, and you know, too, it's they basically like pinpointed, targeted one instance, right? Like there's a lot of other instances that we know of that can also be targeted. So I'm not sure like this is even like the end of the charges. Like they're probably just going to keep compiling.
Do you think she'll do time at all? Or do you think she'll?
No, I think she'll do time. I there's just way too much against her at this point in time. Again, when they came in and they looked at cameras and they looked at, you know, their computer system, and on top of all of these audits that are now getting done and complete, again, that's what these guys are waiting for. And I have a feeling that once this final audit is finally done and the auditor is done and he gives out his little bleak, you know, his bleak outlook on the town, that's when the USDA and CERS is going to come in and fuck the town even harder, because they're going to go, where's our money? Because this isn't right. This is not what you filled out. This is not, you know, the information that was used to gain this grant. So now we're asking back for the grant money and the loan money.
Just the tip, I promise.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, I think there was an issue where there was upwards of I think it was $580,000, where that amount of money, there was checks written twice for the same amount of money, or at least it was put into a letter somewhere that kind of money. So that would be 1.6 million. So, I mean, realistically, the stuff you guys are talking about is low level. Here we are at 1.6 million. I don't know about you, but that should change that from a class 4 or class 5 felony, and it should bump it up if that's the case. You know what I mean?
Well,
so there's a lot of questions.
This all happened well after we were there. So just imagine all the things that was happening before we got there, and there was a type of pressure, right? So I'm sure it's just going to add up.
That's true. That's very, very true. Because they had to behave while y'all were here.
Well, and it's not even about behaving. Like we had to, you know, they knew that we were watching, and they had to do some stuff somewhat straight. But in my opinion, they were only acting for the cameras. Everything was still going on in the background that we knew what was going on. You see what I'm saying? Like they did get some pressure put on them from Vern and whatnot and so forth, and it was looking really, really good for everybody in town. until Erlinda got put back in. And then once Erlinda got put in, that's pretty much all she wrote, because you're pretty much starting over from scratch from where we were 2 years prior, you know? So
Wow.
at this point, there's really, I mean, I'm gonna use the, you know, Back to the Future terminology. They hit the windmill. There is no stopping the fucking car. Either you're going off the cliff or you're going into the future, and it's up to you at this point. I have a feeling the train isn't going to reach 88 miles an hour, John.
Well,
I'm still in fight though.
In my opinion, I think a better phrase is you just traded one dictator for another.
But that's absolute.
But the fight's still going on. I'm still in the middle of this.
Oh, the fight is still going. We're not saying that the fight ain't still going, but
dictator.
But what we're saying here, Vern, is you have to look at the statistics. You have to look at what's going on. And again, we know of a few things we haven't mentioned in a while, and then, you know, we're not going to mention for a minute. I mean, this is a pretty good show to mention it on, but we just want, you know, Stephanie and Erlinda to have that small little glimpse of hope that they're actually doing something right. And then once it all fucking tumbles down, everybody can blame Erlinda and Stephanie that it all went down, because it wasn't our fault.
Yeah, we left.
I'm still looking for my cut of the money from TYRA and Adam, as they sued the town, naming me as making this a hostile workplace. I think I should get a cut of that.
You're never getting a cut of that.
Well, I think it's funny that a non-employee was making it a hostile workplace. Because I thought you had to be an employee for it to be a hostile workplace, but I guess not. Lesson learned.
Well, I was on the council whenever their charges are saying that it was hostile, and they were basically on the payroll, so they were employees. You know, but how they won was just that the attorney didn't want to fight it. It was cheaper to pay them off. But, you know, after all we went through, I should get a cut of this.
Well,
What do you mean?
I thought you already did. Oh, wait, no, you paid into the cut. I'm sorry.
But I can't say that.
Well, technically you did, and everybody up on this panel paid into that cut for both of them. Whether we like it or not, we did. You know, they could sit there and go, well, CIRSA paid it. Well, CIRSA's insurance is getting paid through the taxpayers. So, again, the town got screwed. But you know something? And this is what we've been saying all along, which is you get what you allow. And when you allow them to do shit like this is what happens.
Right.
Now, if we could just turn this around to where we could go on from here. You know, we've got the exact same thing going right now as whenever TYRA was running this shit show. But still, no one's stepping up. No one's going to the meetings. No one's complaining. No matter what's being done, it's still fucking illegal what's going on. They actually withhold information from me, saying at meetings that they're afraid I'm going to say something. At one meeting, one of the councilmen, and I won't call Bruce's name out, but he said that I should face legal problems for the town getting information from an open meeting. The mayor said that I've lost my mind. The other member that I won't mention Frank's name either, he says that I'm an idiot. And this is kind of indication, guys.
Well, you know what's funny? If I remember correctly, wasn't it the water attorney and Ken Torres that running to the press, giving an interview after an executive session and talking about things that happened in an executive session?
Yeah.
Last time I checked, isn't that a violation of the law? I could have sworn it is.
I sat in that meeting and I know what they told the newspaper, and it was word for word what was in that executive session, but they get to walk on it. I'm the only one that they seem to be wanting to bring charges on for anything. And for a fucking councilman to say that I should face legal charges for telling people how they're being fucked by this council, you know, they're out of their goddamn mind. And I'm not going to bring Bruce's name up, but he's the one that did it.
Well, Dorianne, I think, has a great question. Shelby, great to see you, Shelby. And yeah, finally justice. You gotta love it, right? Finally justice in some way, shape, or form. Now we just continue to stick on this so that way we make sure she doesn't get no sweetheart deal. I would love to see her, like, I would love to see a news article in our show stating that she's serving some sort of jail time.
That's my concern, is that somehow, some way, she's going to be able to walk from this after everything she's done to everybody in this town.
Right. Well, and Dorianne says, I think it was Dorianne. Yeah, it was Dorianne that says she wonders what the rest of the town and council thinks about all this right now.
I've been wondering that too, Dorianne.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm just curious as to whether or not she would walk based off of using the money that she took from the town. You know what I mean? Using those funds in order to build, to use it for her defense fund and piss that money away yet again, just to get off the hook.
I seriously doubt she has any money left.
Well, I would probably agree with you on that. I'm just saying, what if, just at the outside chance. And again, it's a hypothetical situation. I'm just throwing it out there.
But it would be
There's another hypothetical that you need to think about. She was the town clerk, town administrator at the time when these supposed crimes were committed. So do we have to pay for her attorney?
No,
you won't. She has to get her own attorney. It doesn't work like that. Now, it'd be a different story if she was still a part of the town, if she was still administrator or clerk or whatever. Then it might be a different story then.
But the crime happened while she was an employee.
Doesn't matter at that point in time. She's not employed anymore. She doesn't have that coverage anymore.
Do you guys see Betty?
She did have the coverage at the time that the crime happened, though.
That's past. That's not present. Present is she's not working for the town. Therefore, she does not get to benefit from a town lawyer.
Hey, they keep charging me with shit, and I can't get benefit from a town lawyer.
Well,
the
there
fucking
you go.
same town lawyer that turns evidence over to me for CIRSA to prosecute me is a fucking town attorney, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm on the council. What I say in executive session or to the town attorney, is that not privilege information? Yet they turn it over to CIRSA to file charges against me, our own fucking attorney. Right. So yeah, anything could happen here, and they won't give me an attorney because they won't give me a letter stating what I did wrong.
Well,
they got sneaky ass ways around everything.
Well, you got to remember, if they were looking at this, they're probably looking at more. Again, there was more involved than just TYRA involved in this. And
absolutely.
Like I've been trying to tell people, and everybody just doesn't want to listen to me. I'm going to tell you again, this is how they operate. They're not going to be obvious about it. They're not going to be us. They're not going to be there with a camera in your face. They're going to be sly about their information gathering. They're not going to give out any like real personal or pertinent information until the time comes out. Look, time came out. TYRA got arrested.
Right?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I have been up since before 1 a.m. and haven't gone back to sleep. So I was going to go to sleep when I was checking the Facebook and it popped up. So now I'm not tired at all.
Yeah, well,
I haven't even drank the beer in my refrigerator, and I'm still not tired.
oh man.
And I just want to clear something up. You guys asked the question about whether or not she's entitled to an attorney, even if she was still working for the town, because of the criminal charges. She's not even entitled to an attorney from the town, even if she was still there.
Well,
As
there you
long as
go.
as long as there's criminal charges pending, that's it.
Yeah, and we know, John, some places they would be able to, some places they're not able to. And I didn't have that information in front of me, so I just basically went with the assumption that they would give her a town attorney because we've seen what we've seen.
Yeah, and I was looking on a national level, like if someone dared to sue like our president, would we have to pay for his attorney?
I mean,
Well,
she kind of was your president, wasn't she, Vern?
well, Vern, I can tell you right now. I know that there's a governor in the state of Massachusetts that's got, I believe, 33 lawsuits against the president of the United States that I know of. So yeah, they paid for his attorney. We pay for it anyway. We're paying for not only the president's attorney, but the governor's attorney from Massachusetts. So
And that was the tie-in that I was trying to make. That is there a chance that she'd go get paid for here? Because I did read the thing on the attorneys, and even criminal charges, they would have to give her attorney, and if she's found guilty, she would be liable for the charges.
Well, somebody should make a statute in our statutory town that we don't provide lawyers for convicted town clerks.
And I think they're trying to make a statue for Erlinda to put it in the new playground.
Okay.
well, you know something, Sue, and it's kind of funny you should say that because probably about a year, maybe going back about 2 years ago, when things started going crazy with TYRA, with her leave of absences and everything else, one of the things that was suggested was that they start a criminal investigation, because once the criminal investigation starts, then they could suspend her. They could suspend her without pay. You know what I mean? There was all kinds of things that could have been done differently and weren't.
Well, I can tell you that one of the things that could have been done differently and weren't was like actual oversight on the money. This article that Ruth did, at the very end of the article, there is a line that's different from everybody else, and it says, "In the meantime, Aguilar officials have responded to the investigation by insinuating a stronger financial controls, a new dedicated bank account for the reservoir project has been created and is now accessible only by the mayor and the USDA."
Woo, go Orlando!
Hey, you know what? And anyone watching the freaking meeting, I argued with her on that. I requested, they gave us 30 fucking pages of legal documents.
In a hostile work environment, damn it. You're
Stop.
again.
You need to calm down. Look, it's really simple. Look, hold on, Vern. We're going to do
Stop
this together.
yelling at me.
Breathe in.
Goose Fraba.
Breathe in.
Goose Fraba.
Jeez, oh Pittsburgh.
Okay, I've reached Zen right now, so all right.
Golly. You gotta stop yelling at those girls. They ain't doing nothing wrong up there, Vern.
But you should have seen that meeting, what they did. Erlinda even told them, I've already had complete control over this. Before, I was fighting to get 3 signatures on this crap. They've done it with 1, refusing to let me speak to the water attorney in an open meeting so that everyone heard the questions. They voted while I was asking to speak to the attorney.
Well, I mean, seriously, what could go wrong, Vern? I mean, what could go wrong? Look, this didn't go wrong for TYRA. What could go wrong?
I mean,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just read the paper tomorrow, right?
look at that face. Man, look at that part. It parted ways a couple years ago.
I like the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's,
I mean,
oh,
what
shit.
could go wrong?
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
You know, and still being in the middle of the fight, I'm finding it hard to not be upset with it, especially the same freaking thing is going on again.
Yep.
No one is catching this.
But
Vern,
we fought
Vern,
and we fought and we fought and we fought. And people were like, oh no, it's just those YouTubers. It's just this. It's just that. Didn't realize that we were all trying to stand up for them. Now that we're quiet, they've all gone back to their passive ways and they don't care they won't have a town in a year from now.
No.
But it hasn't been quiet. I've been as loud as fuck.
Vern, are you going to give out the last year's Christmas bonus? I mean, meaning in like the last year of the town's existence. You going to give the bonus out or what?
Yeah, I'll put that on the agenda. I bet they let that one go through.
Don't worry, John Tracy. You know how me and John Nicola and Good
Stephanie's
Citizen
been
were.
doing the trash and reading the meter. Vern, she needs a Christmas bonus.
There's always
Man, yeah. You know, and the idea that I would even suggest a Christmas bonus, that was theft right there.
Well, she makes too much money now to get a Christmas bonus.
Yeah, she don't get no Christmas bonus. Oh wait, hold on. She also does the book, Sue. So she might get I don't know, let's say $100,000 bonus before
Now, isn't there something that a government employee cannot get a Christmas bonus from taxpayers' money?
Let's make that statute. I mean, if we're going to husband can do it, why can't we then take over and do it too?
She turned herself in. That's the thing. She turned herself in. That's what reports say. So.
No, it says she surrendered.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean turning yourself in. That just means giving up without a fight.
Other articles say specifically that she had turned herself in.
So in other words, they decided to do like they don't do with the drug dealers and call them up and say, hey, we're on our way to raid your house. With her, they called her up and said, hey, we're coming to arrest you. We got a warrant. You can turn yourself in or we're going to come and get you. And she turned herself in.
But that was a nonviolent crime. They do that a lot of times with white collar stuff. So I'm not surprised that they gave her the opportunity to turn herself in.
Professional courtesy, Los Angeles County.
And this is what she decided she was going to wear for her most famous picture ever. A fucking schmuck. I ain't even gonna get into it, but
see, I'm imagining pajama bottoms, regular work clothes,
and slippers with the little bunny feet on them.
You guys are mean.
Well, maybe
Lori, I don't think anybody wants to see that woman run.
She's giving you a look, Vern. Look at. She's giving you this look, man.
Vern knows that look.
That looks for you, Vern.
Shut up.
I know that look well. I've seen that at a lot of council meetings, sitting across the table from her.
She looks like she ate too many gummies before she went down.
Hey, maybe she should go out and sidewalk chalk outside the town hall.
Oh yeah, there's still pieces laying around over there.
If she wouldn't have bailed out, we could have went down and chalked in front of the jail, free TYRA, right?
Yeah, what happened? Where is that mass chalker?
That would have been epic.
Yeah, that midnight trucker was hibernating, but I heard 30 minutes before we got on the live stream. He's ready to start up again. I heard 30 minutes before we got on the live.
Tell him to let me know.
There should be a mass chalking episode come up.
Oh, you guys should be partying in the park in Aguilar. I don't even understand. Like there should be
Barbecue.
like talks already going on about, oh yeah, so Saturday I'm bringing this and you're bringing that, and you know, I thought you guys would like it's still good weather, you know. You guys
Get
should
a couple of posters.
be in the park by now. I thought maybe we could promote it or something. You guys ain't doing that?
Now you just gave me the idea. I was thinking, 4 foot by 5 foot posters of this picture.
Right?
I mean, this Saturday's a good day to be in the park and have some toast.
Well, and if people want to, stick to their word and, actually, be believed in the town on what they say, maybe they should stick to their word and like have that block party for this very moment that was supposed to happen.
Oh man. Yeah. They should be partying down, I would think, but what do I know? No.
Just
They
don't
should close
drink the
off Main
water.
Street.
Right, like I think it'd be a bigger party than Aguilar Day, but what do I know? I mean, I don't know. I ain't been there in a while.
Call Potato Man. He's ready. Potato Man's ready.
Someone needs to make some money off this.
You can start printing them, Burn. You already got an order.
Yeah, there you go. You got an order. You know what you got to do is you got to add the jail cells in front of it. The bars.
I'll work on that for you. I'll get you a copy with some bars sitting in front of her, and you could put it up on a t-shirt or up on some signs.
I need a sign.
Hey,
in my yard.
What would be really good too is on one of her shoulders put a little mouse. Where she's feeding it cheese.
That's funny.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to work on that.
I seem to remember a Day-O picture that's thing that you had of her.
That was a good one too.
Hey, you know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering what Steve and Vicky are thinking right about now.
Well, they're the ones that bailed her out. I mean, she got out on a 15 grand bond. Seriously, 15 grand? You got out like that? Went in and got out.
I think a lot of the money that disappeared from the town is in one of their bank accounts because they know she can't spend it. She doesn't know how to spend it. She just throws it away.
Would you say, good citizen, that it was hidden in the animals from the shop?
Taxidermy. Yep,
I just seen this one, Lori. I do make T-shirts. I've got the printer in here and the press, so I may do this one.
I want one. Don't forget, I'll buy one.
You better have it done by Saturday's party so you can get them all sold
Right.
out.
Right? And t-shirts.
Yeah, baby, I do bumper stickers also.
Yep, t-shirts and bumper
So-
stickers. You got this, Vern.
It's an Aguilar
Printing
thing.
press is back.
There is one thing that we're kind of forgetting in all this is what becomes of the town now that all this is coming out, and how much more money is MIA?
Yikes.
You're right, Dorian. I bet her kids are so proud of her. So proud. Because I remember they would help participate in their little games and shit. I'm sure they're proud. This is probably a great lesson for them to learn early on in life,
Yeah, and that car that she got, the license plate said Olay. Yeah, I wonder if she's thinking that now, like she's really won something.
She's going to change that to oy vey is what it's going to say now.
Oh, that's too funny. I could put that on the t-shirt. Oy vey.
I've seen new cars in the house where she was living in, so I'm pretty sure she moved out.
Yeah, she lost the house.
I was there one day and I saw her come out of the modular, but they had a big dumpster out in the front and they had all filled it up with all kinds of junk. So I think that was one of the last days she was there.
Yeah.
And about a month ago, I saw new cars parked in front of that modular. Like one of them's a red Camaro and a white, like a Jeep. So
Nope, she lost it.
Yeah, I know that's not none of their cars. And then the daughter's car, I parked at Joe Avala's over there where my Uncle Charlie's house is. So one of the girls must be staying with Joe. I don't know about the older one.
Hey, you people, check the back chat. Yeah, so here in a little bit, about a half hour or so, we're gonna cover the Wasselberg town meeting. So we'll see what's happening there. Whoever wants to stick around for that, that's the plan here in about a half hour.
Yeah, Walsenburg. Walsenburg, where you get four clerks for the price of two.
Yeah, with all the overtime hours just plugged right in every week. Just like clockwork.
DHS has 21 full-time employees.
Nice.
How many? 21?
Full-time, yep. More than any other town in Colorado, I think.
And they don't do jack shit.
More than Denver even. Jeez. They're not even there. Sheila got canned, and I heard they're going to do a cross-check audit on DHS now. The guy from the state, Ian McCallahan, I think his name is, called me up and wants to meet with me and talk to him about doing a cross-check audit. I told them how they give everybody people's birthdays as their secret PIN numbers. They give everybody the cards with that on there, so they know people's PIN numbers. They can just go in there and siphon off the money, and I suspect that's what they're doing.
I don't know. You got to show the receipts.
Yeah, I've never heard of a welfare office asking people to do something like that so they know their PINs.
Yeah, that's illegal.
There's so much here that is illegal. They voted to vacate my seat the other day and unanimously passed it and didn't have the nuts to say a word whenever I went to the next meeting and took my seat.
Well, I wonder why that could be, Vern. Would it be because they didn't do it lawfully and legally?
That's exactly what the newspaper said. I thought it was funny. You should have seen their face. They took my name down. I put a name tag up that said me. And just sat there looking at them. And then they took the idea of taking people's letters of intent on my seat. They had to table that one.
So Vern, did they already have the meeting to hire the maintenance guys that were applying?
No, it's going to be the 15th.
Okay. I thought it was going to be this week.
Yeah, I did too.
At the meeting I was at, they said 2 weeks. That would have been tonight.
Hey,
You
Robert,
know
you
what?
should
If they
apply.
don't, I need to
Robert,
check to
you
see
should
if they
apply
had a
for the
meeting.
marshal seat.
Yeah, yeah, that would be a fun job.
You have me checking to see if there's a meeting tonight.
I was thinking the same thing. I have the calendar right here.
And
I went to the
that's a,
post office. They didn't have anything posted.
That doesn't mean they're not going to have a meeting.
Right?
hey, Mr. Council Member, I have a question. Why is it that the public comment has been eliminated from the agenda?
I call it a violation of First Amendment rights, but they probably got a different answer.
There is no speaking. There's no.
No, they. You know what?
And that
And
makes
shamefully, I sat there whenever we were all sworn in, and they swore that we would be transparent and inclusive. But they took it like we're transparent to anything that you're going to say. We don't see it, and inclusive is go to fuck.
Mr. Councilman, why do they shut the video feeds off in the middle of the meetings?
John,
Hey,
you
now
gotta,
I had to Cora request this, but I've got the voice recording where they said that they did not want you to get this information because it would cause them trouble. And if I told anyone what was said, that I should face legal charges. That was actually fucking said at an open meeting. Yet it's okay for them to say that, but I can't put anything on Facebook that's going to intimidate anyone. You know, they'd make 12 grand if they, if they sue us.
well, again, you got to learn how to play the victim. You're just not playing the victim game correctly. They've got it down packed, man. You're losing at the victim game. But John, you've got a bad little echo. I don't know if like you're sitting next to another phone listening or whatever, but there's like a 2-second delay echo. That's why I keep muting your mic.
I wish people would show up at the meetings because the same thing is going on right now as what we're looking at. This is just, it's not going to end. The town attorney, and I'm pretty sure he's watching this shit, he's just as fucking, he's letting. First, I know that he knows that the council voted for me to get copies of all these emails, and he is not turning those over to me. So he's just as guilty as the rest of them of hiding information from a councilman. So I've got no faith in this fucking law firm that's putting a dictator in charge and not giving a shit about the people. And I sure hope that comes up in court because I could prove it with fucking emails. As we've hired a piece of shit to represent pieces of shit. And yeah, I'm talking about, I'll name them, is Bruce, is Frank, is Gerald, is Monica, is fucking everyone on that goddamn council, including Erlinda, have conspired to fuck the people out of even information or a voice in the community.
Well,
and that's goddamn wrong.
Hold on. Didn't we get Danner on there?
Oh, yeah. Well, Danner, I really can't say. I haven't really seen anything yet from Danner other than he's voted along with everything else. They voted, and I even voted yes on this one just for grins. They voted to let Stephanie spend $12,000 to $14,000 with her signature without council approval, and she don't even have to tell us what she spent it on. She did say though, to give her credit, she's going to keep receipts. Yeah, right. That's why we're here right fucking now.
Well, then the receipts would be just in case anybody asks where that money's getting spent, right? Like somebody's got to see it if she's keeping receipts.
But they withhold financials. The only one's going to see the receipts is going to be Erlinda. I mean, she got fucking accounts.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Council Member. Wait a minute. If they're spending $12,000 to $14,000 of taxpayer money, right? And it doesn't have to deal with the anything that has to do with a legal issue, right? That would make that public record. So if she's paying $12,000 for the sake of argument for Erlinda's playground set, right? If
Right.
she's spending $12,000 on that playground set, she better have receipts for $12,000 for the playground. They can't just turn around and spend it and not give an accounting of where it's going. You're telling me that they're going to tell you that if you make a core request for that information, you can't have it?
John, how
Well,
many car requests have you got filled?
well,
Oh,
hold
Jesus
on.
Christ.
Hold on, let's be fair. You know, all these budgets that have been getting done, they can just write off that information. Oh, we don't have a receipt for that. We don't know where it is. Let's put it
But
over
they
here
tell you
into this
bullshit
little fund.
on our financials that shows that we have like $160,000 available. Yet what that doesn't say is how much is in the water account, how much is in the gas, because all this shit is commingled. How much is in the road fund? How much is coming in taxes? Well, they don't tell us where the money's coming from or the restrictions put on the money. So the council who sits there and fucking votes to pay bills doesn't know how much money is in the general account when we do that. But they, false fucking information to even the council that whenever I brought that up after 11 months, and this happened at the last meeting. I told them I wanted those financials. Erlinda has the fucking nerve to say, I'm working on it. 11 fucking months, really? You can't give me the financials? And not a single other fucking councilman will back that up.
Well,
They
again,
don't
all
mind
the
because
other,
you don't matter.
right?
See, I got to get back to that Zen place.
When we backed off, that's exactly the impression we gave them, John.
Oh, that's a good question. So because of the government shutdown, that might be why she wasn't working. Is that why she wasn't working, Stephanie, this week? Like your theory that she wasn't working this week. It might be because of the government shutdown.
Hey, according to the town, we got plenty of money.
Well,
Well,
and that kind of, you do raise some fairly decent points, which is, if I remember correctly, there was about 40 some odd $1,000 that was supposed to go to road funding and stuff. And that was commingled into one bank account with everything else. And it was supposed to be set up for the roads and sidewalks.
And
So
disappeared. We don't know because it's in that fucking general account, and we don't get the report of how much money is where.
what happened with the guy that decided to put down the crushed stone?
Oh, his bill hasn't been paid yet.
That's the total department? That's the
Listen,
expenses.
I got to bounce out of here. I got to get into the Zoom on
That's
this
not
one.
gas, price
I'll
of
catch
gas.
up with you guys.
No. Yeah, okay.
All right, I guess I'll bounce out too to let you guys do this
Year
one.
to date is 579,000.
Oh, yeah.
That's the year to
All right,
date.
guys.
Have fun.
Yeah, I think we need to get everybody's numbers exact and what they're for.
sorry
so
guys, we
compare
forgot.
apples
There's
to
a
apples.
Walsenburg meeting tonight. There's a Walsenburg meeting tonight.
Donald, that's
Sue,
all I had. Thank you.
Vern,
Anybody
John's
else?
gonna jump up into this thing. He's got to yell at them, so that
Okay.
should be an
Thank you guys
epic.
very much.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Be an epic thing there. Robert's still with us.
Right
but
to our next meeting.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you for coming,
Thank you,
everyone.
Vern. Thanks for coming up.
Hey, how's it going?
So this is the end of the planning
Sure, your business. Yeah.
meeting.
Oh, it is?
That's the end of the planning meeting.
Oh, that's not.
So here in a few minutes,
Top.
they're going to be doing
Oh, okay.
the regular meeting.
When is it going to start, you think?
Yeah. So 6 o'clock. regular meeting?
October 7th.
I wonder where you was going. You had something to do with the planning meeting or what?
No. I got a lot of things going through my head right now, and this meeting is a little important because I got some questions for this group of folks that are up here on this council that haven't been answered, and for some reason the attorney for the town is avoiding the answering any of my
Hi,
questions.
Lori.
So it's a little scary that these guys are doing this stuff and getting away with it. Like I said, you got 2 city clerks and 2 assistant clerks, 2 of which are sitting at home getting paid as far as we know, and the other 2 are working because of the whole ordeal with them setting up that arrangement with their friends and family plan over there in Walsenburg. And nobody seems to want to answer questions. Nobody wants to answer core requests out of Walsenburg either, ranging from the city administrators to the woman that worked for the police department. So, I mean, at some point, somebody's got to answer for what's going wrong here. So, I mean, if it's on record that these guys are violating the law, and now it's been called out that they're violating the law, maybe they can, maybe somebody will finally take a look at this place and fix that problem.
Well,
I know it's a stretch, but
yeah, but again, we had a lot of good people that were working with us on the aspect of like doing requests and calling agencies and whatnot and so forth. I don't know exactly how many people are doing that in Walsenburg. Again, I see a nice little group that comes out and protests every Friday. I'll give them that, but I don't see them putting in core requests. I don't see that, because if that was the case, then I think that we'd be getting a couple of different other responses. I don't see them calling or posting anything from, let's just say, for example, like USDA for Aguilar, right? We've had plenty of people contact USDA. We've had plenty of people contact CIRSA. We had plenty of people call the Attorney General's office. We had people calling the fucking governor, right? And I'm not saying that that's not happening down in Walsenburg, but I don't see anybody putting out a lot of information out on them. I don't see them being questioned like how we questioned them on the water park, right, John? Like that was kind of fishy, right? So I mean, it's kind of crazy to me that I see participation, but I don't see participation, if that makes any sense.
yeah, I understand. And I agree with that. I mean, I think that at some point these guys got to pick up their game. I mean, I know that some of the folks that are out there protesting, some of them have had incidents out there where they should be requesting footage from the incidents that took place. They should be requesting body camera footage from the officers that arrived on scene. I mean, and these are the things that you got to do. They should also be, like I said, we've talked about the 4 the 2 clerks and 2 assistant clerks. Why is nobody else looking into the fact that these guys are being paid while they're out? And these are supposedly appointed positions. Why are these not positions that should be voted on by the people? There's just so many questions, but I don't know, not enough
Hey,
time.
Dorian. Have a good night, Dorian. I mean, those are the questions, but those are the same questions that we had for Aguilar, right? It's just kind of scary to see it on a smaller scale, but in the end, do you think that maybe maybe that some of the phone calls that we made, some of the requests that we make, some of the people that we talk to in the different ranks of government there. Do you think that maybe some of these guys might end up like TYRA, maybe within the next year, maybe two?
I don't wish bad things upon people, but I hope so, because clearly we're not getting anywhere with the people that you're dealing with. And what's worse is, there's all these laws that everybody, oh, there's this law, there's that law. But it's only good if you can get the people to enforce the law, right?
Right.
But you're not going to get that. Look at what we went through, and a prime example is actually Aguilar. Prime example. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department kept saying over and over and over again, it's a conflict of interest because we got an intergovernmental agreement, right? We got an
Right.
IGA with Aguilar. We can't get involved. You're going to have to go to the state police, or you're going to have to go to the attorney general. You're going to have to go to the DA. Well, we saw how that worked out when the former DA Solano was in there, right? Everything with him was, it's got to go through me. If it's got anything to do with Aguilar, it's got to go through me. And most of the
Yeah.
time, anything that went through Henry didn't go anywhere. So
Right.
it is what it is. And that's the problem, is there's no accountability if you can't get the government entities, right, to turn around and say, you know what? No. You're down here. You're the DA down here. You should be dealing with this crap. And as the attorney general, I'm telling you, you're going to deal with this, or I'm going to send somebody else down there to handle it. That never happens because, again, I got to be honest with you. I've had a conversation with somebody from the attorney general's office where they straight up told me, we're not going to investigate a police department. There's nothing there that we're going to do. We don't have the ability to go in and look into the fact that they're violating rights or they're violating the law. We don't have that ability. You're the attorney general for the state of Colorado. How are you saying this? If you can't enforce the law on police departments, or you can't instruct CBI to do an investigation on a department for things that are going wrong, why are you even there? Why is CBI even there? It doesn't make sense. You're paying people to do nothing.
Oh yeah. That's basically how I feel. Look at everything that we've gone through. All the accomplishments that we had was pretty much us just kicking them in the nuts over and 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 over. I don't know how many hurdles they keep trying to throw in front of us. And the sad part is they're still doing it. Like, I don't understand why we have to jump through so many hurdles just to figure out one simple thing. I just don't get it.
You want my honest opinion? My honest opinion is because Governor Polis is a pussy. He took away the teeth of the language for the CORA Act, which would have held these people accountable because they would have been charged with a misdemeanor crime. Even if it's a misdemeanor, it would have put them out of office, because if you had a city clerk like TYRA who wasn't answering the CORA request and you had the ability to charge her with a misdemeanor, guess what? It's a crime, which means she gets out. She's out of office. She can't hold that seat. You know what I mean? So anything that had any teeth to it, that you could hold them responsible for these things, is gone. So, again, and it's not just him, because the lawmakers up in Denver were the ones that pushed that along too, because they got rid of the ability to do that in the state statute. They repealed it. Why? They claimed that it was not being used. Really? How can you use something if you don't know it's there? One. And two, even if you do try to use it and you go and you run into Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and they're going, well, we got a conflict of interest, we can't help you. So then where you go? If you go to DPS, if you go to the Colorado State Police, and the state police go, well, we're not going to get involved with that. That's a local issue. That's the sheriff, so that's the local police department. So now you're stuck back at square one. It's all like chess moves. You know what I mean? You're moving your knight, and then all of a sudden they're taking and they're slamming you with the bishop. You know, it just doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't work sometimes, but if you're persistent enough and you just don't give up, you can have results like this.
That is true. I mean, we're probably talking what, if I remember correctly, 4 or 5 years for this just to get to where we're at today.
Right. I mean, hell, this is just enough for me. I'm happy with this. I'm happy the fact that just a simple set of handcuffs goes on her and she's charged. I mean, hell, that made all of this work and all this effort worth it for the most part. What would really top it off?
The picture too, right? Wow,
Right?
wow, wow.
I love that picture. It's perfect. Like it's almost as much as I imagined and dreamed of. The best part would be is if she actually caught some jail time and went into jail, just so I can go visit her and say hi. She can't run away.
Well, she could, but she's got to get through the guard first. But, yeah. But if she's in Bent County, that may not be too hard.
Well, I mean, we could send her some care packages. Like, I know of this great site. It's called eatabagadicks.com. And you go on there and you can get all types of different stuff, from like chocolate dicks to like little candy dicks and stuff. Like, we could send her a little care package while she's in there. She could eat a bag of dicks while she's in there.
Not quite the anatomy I was thinking about, but okay.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying we can do some things. It would just top it off and make it even more epic and rub it in just a little bit more. And then on top of it, with all this that's going down, I'm pretty sure that the other people in the office now are shitting bricks. So that makes me even more happy.
Right, one of them's going to turn on the other two.
Oh, we already figured that one out. That was easy to figure out.
It just depends on who gets to the CBI investigator first.
Yeah, speaking of dicks, look at that dick.
Which one?
Yeah.
I mean, there's the bald-headed one, and then there's the one sitting down in the suit and tie over on the right by the white board there. So, is that the attorney?
And you got Gary Vazani sitting up there. Look at him. Look at this little G walk. Look at him go. Ooh, I walk like a pill. Got a limb.
He's a bad man. Check that guy out right there. That was a bad man walking through there.
I know him and Popcorn is probably related, huh?
Yeah.
Corn pop. Down here, it'd be a popcorn, though, but.
You know who I don't see, and maybe I'm missing him, is our man Perry. I'm sure he's sitting there with the chief because, they like to pal around together.
Oh, no, Perry's in the back room over there. Perry's in the back room over there. They're all hiding back there. They've been waiting for Good Citizen and Lady Justice to come back in. They have. They've been sitting there with chocolates and flowers, trying to welcome them back, all nice, so that way, there's no more animosity. But Good Citizen just leaves them hanging. I don't know why, bro. That's flowers and candy. I'd take the flowers and candy and I'd do my show and then I'd tell them to fuck off. And I want another box of candy and flowers next time too.
Is that Dan? Is that Dan in the suit right there?
Hold on a second.
Or is Dan on Zoom?
No, I don't see
Dan's usually on Zoom.
Yeah, Dan looks like Dan's up on top on the Zoom, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, now would probably be the time that you'd want to go and like log in for yourself, John, and get your ass in there so you can yell at him.
Jockey down, boys. Jockey down.
Not me. I'm a nice guy. I don't yell about anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, not yell. My bad. Express feelings too.
Yeah, don't be like Vern, creating a hostile work environment and shit.
Right. Just remember Goose Fraba. Just take a second. Goose Fraba in your head. All right, you're good.
I'm always good. You know, like I said, this is funny. These guys are just, I don't know. These guys are, this may be your next Aguilar. You know, I mean, I think
looks more and
the
more
only,
like it.
well, I will say this. I think the only one that might beat Walsenburg as far as Aguilar would probably be Sugar City and or Fowler. I got to be honest with you. I think the three of them are in a dead heat race, really.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd say probably by the end of the winter, early spring or so, there'll be a lot more information out about this town that will show that they're probably not really any further along than Aguilar. And we might even see a face or two, you know, in a mugshot. So
that reminds me, if I remember correctly, isn't this the town that has they had X amount of dollars that they had slated for maintenance for the skate park and the water park, and the water park's closed?
yeah,
I don't even know what's wrong with it. It's bullshit.
They love the water park there.
So how would you pay for maintenance on something that you're not maintaining?
Oh, they cut the grass with gold bladed scissors.
Okay.
They gave me some bondo to fix the skate park. They go, here you go fix it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that water park hasn't been open for 7 to 9 years at least. I think it's longer than that.
But yet they keep putting in a maintenance fee for every year that it hasn't been open.
Right.
Perry.
Where's the money going?
Perry. Crowd goes wild, boys. Look at him.
Dude, that guy can line dance like nobody I know.
Yeah, they even have boards on the windows where you could go pay to get into the water park and stuff like that. They got plywood over that. And the gates are locked for the water park.
I guess that's a lot better than the hotel.
Right?
No gates, no nothing. People can go in and out of it. Isn't that condemned?
They're broke, John. Just give them your money.
All right. Well, listen, I'll let you guys go. I'm going to pop over.
Just do as you're told, right?
Yeah.
Pay him lots of money and shut up. Just typical.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to pop over to the other one and I'll catch up with you guys.
All right, John. Good luck.
All
right. Later.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Night.
Yeah, so I don't really think I'm gonna stay for the whole meeting my dang self, but I did want to see who and what if the public had anything to say to these idiots.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Okay, I updated the Aguilar. I updated the Aguilar ticker. Poor Tyra. She's no longer the administrator or clerk on our ticker. Oh,
No more.
Fancy. Phone
Hey,
number.
but you could add to the ticker though how to contact her. You know.
oh, I did. I did. So it's got the address. It's got her phone numbers, and it's got the email address if you'd like to do a Quora request to her. She really likes doing Quora requests.
No, but I meant for Tyra. You could like say if you want to get a hold of the old administrator, you can send the letters to Los Angeles County Jail.
Oh,
Hit her on her JPay.
that's a
something
long ticker.
you know.
Would very much like to go to her arraignment or court dates after the arraignment, if we could find out when the dates are. I would definitely change my dialysis days if it's on my dialysis time.
So are they muted?
I mean, you should.
There's Dan.
You should definitely get there. For hers, I mean, she showed up for yours, Robert. You know?
Right.
So it'd only be fair if you showed up and supported her. You know. So no doubt.
Like a blow kisses to her daddy. Even.
Well, and she's got all those different charges too, so it's not like she's just gonna run them all at the same time. She's gonna have a lot of cases for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, these charges are going to be at least, I'm thinking, at least a year before unless she plea bargains right away.
It is now. Okay. One, we'll call the regular meeting of October 7th to order. Roll call, please.
Gary Bizzani,
Here.
Veronica Mays, Ronald Stafford,
Here.
Nick Hill,
Here.
Fred Eckert,
Here.
John Martinez,
Here.
Ricky Jennings. You're muted, Mr. Jennings, but
You have control of the mute. Oh, you got Veronica on there?
I'm here.
thank you. And yeah, John and
You good?
good.
Okay, everyone still stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Nick, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance
Lead 'em, boys.
to the flag of the United States of
America, and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible,
liberty and justice for all.
To entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
Motion to approve tonight's agenda.
We got a motion by Nick Hill. Second. Second by Don Martinez. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. The same thing for the consent agenda. On tonight's consent agenda is Corinne's Mexican restaurant liquor license renewal. It's under the consent agenda because there have been no violations and no consequences, so it can be approved in this manner. I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
I got a motion by Don Martinez, a second by Nick Hill. All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing none, motion carried. Same thing for the minutes of last meeting.
Motion to approve September 16th, 2025 City Council regular meeting minutes.
I got a motion by Don Martinez, a second by Nick Hill. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion carried. We're up to City Administrator, Mr. John Galusha's report. Before I start, I would like to give Mr. Galusha some kudos for the bathrooms. They're absolutely amazing. And I didn't,
Under budget.
I knew you were talented and he's way under budget, so, and he works weekends doing it. He didn't use his regular time to do it, so. Anyway, any questions on Mr. Galusha's enclosure? Mr. Galusha, do you have anything to add?
I'm asking, on there, I'm asking for a little bit of direction on a couple items. One of them on streets and alleys, I would like to adjust one of the job descriptions to include a mechanic to do minor preventative maintenance and minor repairs on vehicles. The rest of it, the gas vehicles would be still for major repairs would go out to Daniels and other businesses for diesel repairs. I need direction on that. It's a change in a job description to add mechanic duties to an operator. So I would like to be able to do that. I think we have 2 qualified candidates.
That sounds fine by me.
I think we have a maintenance contract with Daniels, don't we? Doesn't that qualify maintenance?
Except for the diesels.
Except for diesel, yeah.
Well, still, I don't think that it would be in any violation of the contract as long as we're not farming it out to another business. If we're doing it in-house, it's not any kind of violation.
Well, we can do the little stuff.
Right.
I got a question, Sean.
You said you couldn't do that.
Nick Neal's got the floor, please.
Is there any liability to the city doing that? Because we had done that before and they said if something happened, the city could be liable.
Why? I don't understand that.
Because we have not a certified mechanic doing the work.
For oil changes?
Well, tires. I don't know all you got in mind though.
No, I don't think we have the stuff to do tires. I think it would just primarily be oil changes.
I'm good with that.
What if you didn't tighten the filter and we burn an engine? I mean,
come on, Billy.
Hey, I don't agree with giving work that we've already contracted out to an employee. That's my opinion. The board can disagree. I mean, I say no.
Okay, any other comments? No,
no.
There will be no public comments. You got the 3-minute citizens' comments to do that in.
Oh. Direction?
Council, what do you think? I think we could do some of our small stuff without having to set up a big bill to take it down to a shop.
Mechanics.
I agree.
Opinion.
We did before. We got a big fleet. I think it's an opportunity to save the city some money.
Anybody else?
Mr. Hyde, do you think that we would be in violation?
You got him muted?
Yes.
Can you unmute him?
I'm sorry, I had a hard time getting unmuted there. No, I don't think it's a problem because I agree. I think the city is doing it itself. So you're not going out to another company.
Okay, thank you. We need
I just need direction.
Good.
I'm good with it.
So is the person already hired?
No.
Oh.
You just need to change the job description.
He just wants to change the
So I include some mechanic work into a job description so that we can do some of that ourselves.
So that's what I'm saying though, to an existing employee?
No,
Because the name you told me, I thought you already hired that person.
no. We don't have any, so this would be a streets and alleys position. We do not have any employees in streets and alleys right now.
I think it's good. Well, changes is simple and I mean, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm okay with it.
Ed, you got another point?
Good. I think that's fine. Small stuff, yeah.
We're looking at a Christmas dinner for the employees in Eagles Hall, roughly $1,500 cost. I'm hoping there's no opposition to that?
I'm in favor of that. I'd entertain a motion. You need a motion on that, or it's not on the agenda?
No,
You just need a consensus?
just if anybody has a problem, let me know, or
I'm good with it.
I think it's another.
Everybody good with the Christmas
Do you think
party?
you can get a dinner done for $1,500 for how many people?
For employee plus,
For $1,500.
I'm hoping so. I think.
Ooh, let's have a Christmas party.
All is 400, and I think we can get we won't have
Is
band.
the whole
Maybe
town
we'll get a
invited?
DJ.
Are you
Well, I think,
this or how are you getting food?
well, so I think either Yvonne or, Yvette, Yopondo, or
So how many people do you think?
70.
70 people
Yes,
for $1,100.
yes.
No, the town is not invited.
That's all the more reason to go for it.
Nah.
I think it's.
It's enough.
Hey, we do things on a shoestring around here.
You're going to pay for it if it's more.
Also payroll deduction of it.
There ain't much to deduct.
Gotta keep it in track. And then the other possible position would be for someone that would work for streets and alleys and to help with the kennel and to mow weeds. We know we've got a weed problem so this would just be kind of like a public works laborer position that would help clean the kennel on weekends and mow weeds. We know we have a ton of weed stations. We can't enforce our weed ordinances until we take care of our own house. So we need to mow our weeds, the city's weeds on vacant, so that we can then do some enforcement on other people to help make the city clean up a little
Tell
bit.
Aguilar that.
And so I would like to develop another job description that would just be that kind of a general work person. Any problems with that?
Tidy up the streets type thing?
I'm good with that.
Clean up.
We do have a lot of weeds.
Yes.
I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
Anybody else?
That's all I had.
How about picking streets?
You know, they could offer the homeless those jobs,
So,
you
that's
go
the other
out,
thing. I have
clean up the streets,
bid
give them
package
certain
pretty
streets
much
to
ready
clean up.
for 2026
Not hard to
overlay
keep track of
project.
it. Just
I would
have somebody
like,
go around, make
council
sure they're
members
doing their
to
shit.
Identify streets in your wards that you would like added to the list.
Give the homeless
So if you
jobs.
could, by the end of the month, get me
Bye,
a list of
fellas,
streets.
Joe.
And I would like those in kind of like in priority. So don't put all of the streets in your.
Say Ward 1.
Pardon?
Ward 1.
Right there, Joe. Right there. Just look up TYRA Avila,
Then you
Aguilar,
get to pick and you
Colorado.
get the
You'll
bid.
find all the stories,
All
Joe.
right.
Where do you live?
Almost famous as you, Joe.
What was that?
Said, where do you live?
She has me. Okay, any other questions of Mr. Galusha? Once again, thank you for all the work on the side.
And thank you, Mr. Mayor, for helping me with the bathrooms.
I didn't do hardly nothing compared to what you did.
Word, Galusha.
Have you
Get that side.
got any
Way.
progress on an administrator?
I do. I have two potential candidates that, once they get me their resumes, I will set up interviews for council to take a look at. And they're local. They're not from somewhere else. They're both local.
Damn, that's
Good.
kind of fucking
Seen on there, you
discrimination.
had,
but
you
gotta
guys
say that
worked
out
on the
loud,
water
huh?
park. Did you have an update on that?
No, so we tried to get that going. We got Mr. Mayor got the pump installed. We fired things up and just could not get it to drain. We tried to drain both pools and they wouldn't drain. So I sent the water department over there on Thursday to pump everything out. I think that the drain itself, the screen on the drains are clogged in the big pool. I think that's the problem there. And then the zero entry pool, I think there's so much trash in the drains themselves. And there's and the mayor's way smarter than this than I am with the lockouts on the different pumps. So some of the pumps have to be engaged before the other pumps will turn on. So we can't turn on the two pumps to drain the pool underneath the slides unless we have the other pump running. So it's kind of it's a challenge to get to understand how to operate that system. But
And we can't get in all the doors to find the piece we're looking for.
right,
Because there is it's a chain of three things in a row have to be running before we can run any of the slides. And we can't even get in the room that has that box on it. So it's a work in progress. We did get the one main pump running and it runs, but the drain's plugged. So we're gonna get it drained out of there and try to get it winterized. And
Is that door stuck again?
we can get in the main room.
Okay,
But
can
we-
you?
But we're thinking one door on the side has this box that has the chained motors together. I can't get in that room yet, but we're working on it.
And we need to look in the room where they put the stuff in there because it was rotting out a couple times. They put the chemicals in that little room. That stuff's wore out before and rotted out. I don't know if it is now though.
It's not the room with the pumps.
Where they put that with the chlorine and stuff
I
in there.
didn't try to get in that one yet.
right. So we have 9 outside locks that need to be replaced because we don't have the keys.
Well, and I don't know if the locks work if we had the key.
No, I agree.
So
We might as well get them.
we're gonna hopefully have something running by spring somehow.
And good.
We'll see. That's a big promise.
And so I have an opinion that I think I can share, but it's not, I'm not campaigning for a ballot issue, but I think I can say this. If the 1 cent sales tax rate the police department passes, that frees up enough money that we don't, because I talked to GoCo and they will not help us with the pool. They just said, no, not gonna happen. But that the 1 cent sales tax passes, that frees up enough money to get the pool operational and run it going forward.
We need that sales tax, guys. Everybody, give them your money.
Double-edged.
Pick them up.
Good thing.
They're gonna fix the
Okay,
pool.
anybody, anything else, Mr. Galusha?
Allegedly.
Good. Move on to Mr. Harriman. No enclosure. You have anything to add, David? I don't have anything. Anybody got questions to David?
I guess why no enclosure?
Huh?
Why no enclosure?
No enclosure.
Thank you.
He's got pictures of Ireland if you'd like.
She posted a
Is there
$15,000
any way
bill.
so that we don't have, when someone's on vacation, important reports like this at somebody else? Critical information? I mean, is that something that can be set up like for the future so that,
I think we can work on that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
David Herman.
Okay, any other questions? Hearing none, we'll go to Chief Vanelli. Your report. Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't.
No. Where's the speed radar at?
It's an operation.
That's why.
On your street.
7 located.
Don't go 10 over, Gary.
Put it in Ward 1.
You please put it in Ward 1. I would love it in Ward 1.
It is.
Okay, thank you. Any questions of the chief? I would think it's time to probably start doing a little bit of advertising for the 1% sales tax, kind of get a little more enthusiasm built up to hopefully get it passed.
Yeah, I put incentives in officers' pay. It's actually no incentive, but they're just doing it on their own.
Okay.
They've been talking to some citizens, and it seems to be going over pretty well. A lot of citizens weren't aware of that it was just earmarked for the PD. They just thought that, or some of them thought it was just going to go into the general fund. And once they told them it was earmarked for the police department, to keep the law enforcement services and increase what we've been doing, it was a little bit more well received, if that makes sense.
I was just thinking it wouldn't hurt to put a couple of ads in the paper or something saying all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Not do that.
Can't do that.
We can't do it?
No.
Oh, hell.
Can't do a radio ad?
Nope.
Okay,
Can't campaign for it.
word of mouth.
Do is answer questions.
That's what.
Okay, all right. Well, you're doing all you can then. Okay, any other questions of the chief? Seeing none, we'll move on to citizens' comments. Who you got first?
Could I signed in for citizen comments?
Yeah, if you'd like to, when you get up there, you can.
Okay. Do you want that, Gina?
Yes, yeah, I'll just get it at the end.
Okay. I appreciate the revenue to expense report, but it's totally incorrect, so it's pretty much not worth it. Compare it to the budget. So all of those numbers where you say we've used this much percent, no good. So, yeah,
just that.
if he turns off my time,
We will.
hey,
I would say that the expenses are accurate 95%. They may not match the budget numbers submitted to the state, but the expenses are accurate. The percentages out the window.
but what good does it do? Because you should next week be giving council a budget, a preliminary budget. So how are you going to make a budget if you don't know what we do?
Okay. So I answered that one, but I'm asking to talk to the mayor, please.
Oh, you want to answer that one?
I have submitted a budget to you for next year as required by statute.
Right.
Just
That will be significantly different than the budget you see November 18th. We have met statutory requirements.
But did you just give it to him and not the entire council?
No, I gave it to all of them.
In his report. It's in his report.
I delivered that September 16th, I believe it was.
Okay, interesting. Okay. So Mr. Chief Vanelli said that he wasn't going to give us the report. It could be requested. So then Mr. Colander puts all the Cora requests now in a report. So it kind of irritates me because I have to do Cora requests because I'm not getting information that should be available to all the people. And for him to say he's not going to give them, and then the person that you take your Cora request to becomes all unglued. Oh, another Cora request. Give me the information that I will have to do Cora. Okay. Check into the pool. Somebody said that you don't fully drain the pool in the winter because it has to have some water in it so that cracking doesn't occur more.
Yeah, I've heard.
They said, yep, somebody said that. So don't totally drain the pool, but I don't know how much you're supposed to have. Anyway, regarding this asphalt and the overlay, didn't you pass time or sometime 323,000 for Mayor Vazani? Is in addition to that?
Next year.
2026.
So, okay, so what the 323 is for this year and for next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, I appreciate the reports and everything, but the invoices for payment, there's no invoice date, there's no actual due date, there's no GL account number. So I know this is for them because they're going to pay the bills, but without a GL number, they don't know what account it's coming out of. And you can't compare this report to the revenue to expense report because you're going to have to search high and low. And some of them you can maybe tell, but you got Allsco here. Well, where does 6133 go? So I have to sift through all of the accounts to find it. That GL account is very important. So you didn't give us a paid invoice report. But I specifically asked for my Cora request for the actual budget to be on there, and I didn't get it. I got those numbers that are, I don't know where you're getting those numbers from, but it's not the budget because my numbers are different than the one that you have here today. So why can't we get an actual revenue to expense report with the actual budget, so you can compare them. You can't compare anything,
We're hoping to have them by next meeting.
but that's what you keep saying.
No.
Something that's required by law. That's called malfeasance if you don't get it every month. Malfeasance, as I've told you before, is punishable.
That's not malfeasance. Okay.
It is, because you're not providing accurate information.
Next. I think it's, if you want to speak?
Sure.
Yeah, just state your name and spell it, please.
James Trujillo, TRUJILO. First, I come here in the spirit of cooperation. I'm thankful for Mrs. Mays, Mr. Galusha, and Chief Nally. They've communicated with them about what's going on where I live. I live at 211 South Tyler, the corner of Colorado and Tyler. It's a newer home for Walsenburg, 30 years old, built by Bill Duran, former school teacher. Next door was my grandmother's house for 60 years, 209 South Tyler. Such a small lot back in the day was 312 and a half Colorado. And right now that home is owned by the most notorious Justin Geary. And it's not to code at all. I'm a facilities guy by trade. I'm a journeyman HVAC service tech, and I'm going to be a facility manager, maintenance manager. And I come, as I said, in the spirit of cooperation. I knew the people that lived there. They just abandoned it over the weekend. There's inappropriate electrical. There's non-operating furnace. It's just a hazard. It's bad, and it's filthy. It's infested with insects and mice. And I'll give you an example of how I know it's infected with mice. Infested. The guy that was renting it came over to my house one day, and he walked in and he was wearing waffle stompers. I'm a coffee drinker. I offered him a cup of coffee, and he sat down. He was wearing these waffle stompers. When I got up and left, there was a pile of mouse turds that came off his feet from inside his house. And then waffle stompers, and it's the most disgusting home. I'm also a landlord. Long time I flip homes, and that's why I bought that house to flip, but I've stayed longer than I thought I would. But I'm just here to plead with you. Well, what can we do? What can we do to get the building inspector in there? Like I said, it has to have an operable firm by code if you rent it.
Have you called our building inspector?
I have. I've been in touch with Chief and John, but I'm here just to help move it forward, whatever I can do. You know, it's disgusting. You guys know Justin. Everyone in town knows it, you know. And this is the worst of the worst. It's still got a T-lock roof on it. Every time the wind blows, there's shingles all in my yard, you know, T-locks, and it's already exposed to the second wave, you know. And none of the windows are tight, but, you know, there's two new laws passed in Colorado last session and 24. Senate Bill 24-094 is the safe housing for residential tenants. I think that's for tenants to address with the landlord. I mean, it states in there that it has to have, you know, all the things I mentioned. You know, I was in there, I think it was Friday or Saturday. There's like insulation falling from the ceilings. It's just so out of code. It's disgusting. And I'm just pleading with you for help, you know, on what can we do? You know, I offered to give him cash about 3 or 4 years ago, but I had cash and I said, I'll pay $30,000 for it. And I'm thankful he didn't take it. So the last time I saw him was either Saturday or Sunday, and I told him, I got a quick claim deed. I'll give you $1,000 for it. And that's what it's worth.
Oh, I know.
You know, it's worth what's the lot. It's just worth a lot. And it's only a very small lot at that. You know, but I'm here to plead for help. I mean, whatever we could do, if we get the inspectors there, code enforcement, whatever it takes. I'm just here to alert everyone.
I just want to let you know your time's getting close. We're allowed 3 minutes.
Cool.
We can get with code enforcement and the building inspector. It should be able to do something. If it's that bad, it can be condemned and thrown down if necessary. There's a process we got to go through, but time it can be done.
But my fear is he's going to get another tenant in.
Yep. Me too.
That's when he really comes to life. He comes to life as soon as he cleaned that yard for the first time I've seen in like 4 years. So whatever you guys could do, and Mrs. Mays to get it to move along. You know, I have a vested interest in this community.
No, we all do, yeah.
Right.
I'll talk to both of them tomorrow.
I appreciate it, Mayor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else?
Online. That's what Stacy Decker and Kevin Shepherd.
Okay, Cynthia was first.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mayor Bazzani, or evening rather.
Yes.
City Council and Mr. Galusha. I've got a couple things and I'm gonna run through real quick. If I don't get an answer, because I know sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, I would appreciate a status update at your earliest convenience, whomever that would apply to. In your report, Mr. Galusha, you did talk about the animal shelter, getting it up and running. You say you met with Dan Boomer. I don't know who Mr. Boomer is. I think I know who you're talking about, but that needs to be corrected. And if it is indeed the person that I think it is, what you want to do was attempted once before or brought up once before, and it caused a whole lot of issues, conflict of interest and otherwise. So that may be something that you need to look into, since that was before your time. Okay. You stated that you had an informal meeting with the Utility Commission on the sewer rate. So I'm guessing that those numbers that you presented will be at the next formal Utility Commission meeting. Is that a correct assumption?
Did you hear him? He said yes.
Okay, I didn't hear him. No, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
In regards to the paving bid, now this is where, okay, I don't know. So this, I have to rely on your judgment for that. But you said that you need each council member to go to their wards and submit a list of streets to you, but wouldn't that fall under the duties of the project director to go out and do all of that and submit it to you, verify it with the ward? That's a question, you can respond offline. I don't have a problem with that. In regards to the position for streets and alleys that you want to alter job duty description so that you can have a streets and alley that will be a / mechanic. I do understand that Mr. Hyatt did say that it wouldn't be an issue, but is there verbiage in the contract that does allow for the city to do minor maintenance? And Mr. Stafford, you said it's not that hard to do an oil change. It's very easy to cross thread an oil filter and then you have motor problems. Okay, and I'm quite sure you know that. So you really don't want to have a conflict of interest or a breach of contract. So I would probably ask Mr. Hyatt to go over that contract and make sure the necessary verbiage is in there for the city to do that. The second part of that, if you're doing a streets and alleys / mechanic, are you going to increase the salary for the particular employee that you want, because he will be doing the twofold, and the mechanic work does indeed entail handling hazardous materials for the used oil. That's something that needs to be taken into consideration as well. You'll need a dump site for that in addition. The question that I had just about the animal shelter was, you did have 2 part-time employees at one time.
Try to wrap it up. Your time's getting short. You still there?
No, I'm not.
She muted me.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Go again.
Okay. You also put on there that you want to start an interview committee to interview prospective employees. That's item number 3.1. A, B, C, and D would make perfect sense. E, bringing in an outside community member to conduct interviews for employees. I don't think that's ethical, nor should it be a consideration, whether they know anything about the field or not. That's a quick thing.
Okay.
In your paid select invoices for payment, I was just curious why there's 9 line items for Cintas as opposed to 1 invoice to show a payment, because they bill you line item, but you can show just the one. And also, this is nothing derogatory on you, Mr. Galusha, but I do believe your negotiated salary was $12,000 and there's 3 payment expenditures to you, your salary plus a $1,500 and a $1,200 one. Also,
Time's up. Thank you.
Can I say one thing?
Nick,
It's Dan Sporner.
Oh,
That's his name. That's what, I think that's.
I didn't ask for his spelling and I didn't understand it.
Well, and for the record, in the past, when he's come before here, he refuses to give any of his information about his nonprofit. He refuses to, so I personally wouldn't work with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him personally and he's a decent fella, so.
When he
And his
refuses,
phone, and his
when he
phone,
refuses to give information, when he's asked for it, wanting to partner,
came in here and gave a
he
presentation.
did not. He refused to. He said he could look it up.
Okay, let's get back in order here and
Council at the
take
time.
care of the city council.
Stacy Decker.
Evening, council.
Citizens
Stacy
comment.
Decker here.
Go ahead.
And I know how to hit the mute and unmute button, just FYI. I had my thumb on it. Did I hear and read correctly that there's the slimmest chance that the water park may come alive next year?
That's correct.
Okay, I appreciate that. We'll look forward to that. Okay, so as far as the no public works enclosure, who authorized his vacation? Who do we talk to about making sure they don't ever do that again? I'm sorry, that was kind of we don't do that, right? Nobody's allowed to take vacations anymore. The report does normally include things like the water hole levels and lake levels and stuff like that. We missed out on that for this report. At the beginning of the month, it'd be nice to know where we were at from last month. So Mr. Galusha, please do make sure that we have the water hole numbers and the lake level numbers, which are part of the municipal code that we need to have in the reports for each month for city council. I have not made it through the whole financial report. I've gone through about 50 or 60 of the pages. There's quite a lot in there. It does seem that the police department is well over budget compared to what we had paid the sheriff for near nada in services. So I think we need to look at where that's all going, because I know some of it's assets, which are like cars and stuff like that, maybe fall outside of that budget per se. It's a city asset. Maybe looking at those numbers a little bit differently in some respects. But I've also noticed that we have some sheriff's deputies wandering around downtown occasionally. Are we paying for them now? Are we paying the sheriff's department some more money now again?
No.
Okay, so they're doing what we asked them to do and what we were paying them to do a couple of years ago now. Okay, I want to figure out that deal, because if we could have had that a couple of weeks ago, it'd been great. Or, like last year, it'd been great. And then Chief Fennell, I know it's early, but do we have any numbers on what we're getting for the speed radar checks, the video speed radar? If we had numbers, it'd be kind of cool to just get that on the report to see where that's coming in, because I know that your two things, I mean, looking at the numbers last time around, we are getting a lot of traffic violations, which expected, and then some petty crime stuff. So I know it'd be interesting to see that investment that we have each month on a semi-regular basis. And as far as that 1% sales tax rate, it should not offset anything, Mr. Galusha. That was supposed to be for the police department only. So at their current expenditure rate, they're going to blow through the existing $800,000 we were paying for the sheriff, and apparently what we're looking at for the sales tax increase. So let's look at where we can figure out some manipulative numbers in accounting to understand that assets, depreciable assets and stuff like that can be accounted for a little bit differently versus the actual personnel budget and activity budget. Thank you.
Thank you. He must have his own clock.
He has a clock.
Shepherd.
He must have his own calculator too, because wow.
Did you unmute him?
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm wondering what's going on with the skate park. It's like a really small project to build a little kidney bowl out there to help the kids learn to skate, a little tiny bowl, like just a few feet deep, something like this. Nothing is going on at all. I'm not getting any kind of help with the skate park whatsoever. For many years, I've been asking you guys to do something. Can't get a few hours of concrete work done? Come on.
Is that for the skate park that's there now that has the crack in it that you're talking about?
No, I want to build a little kidney bowl for the kids
A
to learn.
separate one?
Yeah, a little kidney bowl, just like the 3 feet deep one. So they can pump around that bowl and roll in easily without falling down the ramps. Way too big for these kids, you know?
Well, keep us reminded, there's CTF funds available and possibly we can get it in the budget for this next year.
Great, great. Yeah. What do you think will happen? I mean, what do you foresee happening?
I think we should focus on the pool.
Huh?
I said, I think we should focus on the pool.
Yeah.
Focus on the pool. What's going on with the pool? I don't see no pictures or anything going on. What is there a crack somewhere? Can I see a picture of it? No one ever talks about this. There's no pictures online of it. What's going on?
It's just pretty plugged up. We got to get it back, and it's got a leak. We think we're in the skimmer lines is what's leaking. We got to get that fixed.
You guys don't even know where the leak is or how to find it or anything?
It's in the skimmers. So we're doing the best we can. You can criticize all you like.
There's no vault to get in there. You have to tear it out to get in there and see what's wrong.
Well, you can stick a cable down there and look at it. Have you guys done that yet?
Not in.
Working on it.
We're working on it.
So that's a little tiny thing where you can throw a sewer camera in there for $50. Come on, man. How many years has these kids got to suffer? They don't have a skate park, nothing here for kids except for the some blues they're going to get in a couple years. Come on, man. You guys go and snatch all these kids up and just screw these kids' lives over by doing crap like this. You're just helping the county. Just like these cops went in there and helped the county when I was doing a First Amendment strike. What'd they do? They went in there and fell for it. They trespassed me out of there, making you guys highly liable for what happened. They lied to the cops and told them it's right there on video, on you people's video on YouTube. You can see the cops getting lied to, where I'm asking for a court thing that I filed with the court. The county is responsible to transfer that over. And I told the police about this, that they lied to them. They did nothing to investigate that. Instead, they trespassed me out of there illegally when I was filming. I said, I'm with Good Citizen Media. I'm with the media. You want to trespass me out of here? That puts a huge liability on you guys. And then what happens? Listen to this. Don't interrupt. Next, I have the cops, the sheriff coming up that hotboxed me, coming up almost slamming into me as I'm going out of my lane. I didn't even go out of my lane. And the same guys don't pull me over.
Thank you.
We have Jay.
Jay, you're next. You got him unmuted.
It takes a second.
Evening, folks. So I wanted to talk about something the young lady talked about earlier, which is Cora. I did send to Miss Veronica an email regarding the Cora issues that I've had. I've also had discussions with the city attorney, Mr. Hyatt, regarding the violations of Cora by Miss Hurt. In my opinion, the chief. And at this point, it sure seems like the city attorney is involved in covering it as well. Under 203, 2472, 203, I requested body camera footage way back in March, April, and I still have yet to get it. I've been told that I have to go into the police department to get it. The problem with that is that you guys decided to pass an unconstitutional ordinance that the attorney knows is unconstitutional, but he allowed you to pass it anyway, based off of the fact that the former city administrator received a threat via text message, which is kind of funny because nobody bothered to even look into the fact that the text message was sent to his personal phone. Maybe it's me, but how is it that a threat was sent to the man's personal phone unless somebody had the number? I mean, that's just basic 101 here, folks. You know, at the end of the day, I shouldn't have to go in to fill it to get my body camera footage. I shouldn't have to fight with Cheryl Hurt in order to get my request filled. Mr. Collender turned around and sent me an email telling me that I couldn't get the last 2 pay stubs that belonged to Ms. Hurt because there was personal information on it that he could have redacted, and then he redacted it and sent it to me. How is this wrong? You guys are so far out into left field. It's ridiculous. Not only that, but right now, as it stands, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 officers along with the chief of police right now.
This ain't going anywhere. Sorry.
Minutes.
I don't care. That's enough. There's a limit to what people can say.
Shouldn't they have their first and last name to be like?
Yeah, his last name should be on there anyway.
Mr. Hyatt doesn't have his name on there either.
Point of order, please. Mays?
Wow.
Good evening, Mayor, Mr. Galusha and Council. So Mr. Galusha, I apologize. Will you explain again on the financials that were attached? So what did you say about the budget numbers? Are the budget numbers aren't correct, are they?
No,
And why is that?
because the Cassell the Cassell that we're working from did not have the correct numbers, budget numbers put in to begin with. And so
So
what
I
was
guess I don't understand that because it's just data input. Who input the wrong numbers? And that's neither here nor there. Well, I thought that since you started, the actual budget had gotten loaded correctly, but that's just something I just don't understand that. It's data input, putting data into the system to get the numbers right. You know what the budget was for the end of last year. How can someone not sit down and input those numbers? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I understood you to say that those budget numbers were not right. So in addition to that, Mayor, you told me last meeting, because I asked you about the financials and you said, just be patient. They're going to get them out. They don't want to get them out if they don't have accurate numbers. And here we are. So plus, if you look at the bottom of the report, do you see the date on that report? 3/16 of 2025? I don't know. I guess maybe my expectations are too high for what people get paid and what they do. So the next thing is I would like to address Chief Vanelli. Is there a reason, and no, let me rephrase that. Has anything been filed with the assault on Alan Bombria when he spit on the guy at the protest? Has anything been sent over to the DA on that?
I won't answer that question.
Well, the DA's office said they don't have anything, so I wanted to come to you.
Why it's an ongoing investigation.
Pardon?
That's why it's an ongoing investigation.
He said there'll be no comment because it's an ongoing investigation.
I seriously don't get it. We have a police department now who won't even file the reports that they've witnessed. A judge was there. Billy Caruth was there. He let the gentleman go. How is this still an ongoing investigation when the assault that happened with the woman with 3 broken ribs is going forward? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's hard to have faith, and believe me, at every turn I try to have faith in the police department. But what is going on here is wrong. It's wrong and not transparent. Thank you.
Okay. Who we got next?
Stutzman?
Blair?
Hang on, he's coming.
Hmm?
There we go. Go ahead. Hi, Blair.
Hi, my name is Blair Stutzman, Stutzman. I'd like to remind the gentleman that's trying to get the skate park fixed and the pool there and everyone else that you have a couple marijuana grows there that are still going and they're making money, and the marijuana taxes are only be able to use for code enforcement, the skate, the water park, for the youth, and for parks. That's the only 4 things you're allowed by law to use it for. Now, I've wanted to go in and do another resolution or whatever, and you only need a few people, and you can take code enforcement out and just use it for other specific things. There's also no writing in there on what money would go to any of those things. So you could fix that too. And then you could use all your marijuana taxes, which we paid $7,000 to $10,000 last year. And I know the other 2 grows had a lot more than that. I mean, a lot more. And I don't think it was ever put in the budget because there was only 7,000 in there and it never changed. So I don't know where that is. I've been trying for 3 or 4 years to get that straightened out. It's got its own line budget now, but as far as taking care of the money, I don't know where it all goes. So if you just straighten that out, as far as citizens, you would have probably enough money to fix your pool and to build your skate park up and things that you want to do. But that money is just squandered or wherever it goes. Okay. At one time, I was told it went into the general fund and they paid code enforcement with it. Now, that was about 2 years ago, and I made them put a line in for it. But like I said, nobody knows where it goes. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Ryan, guys?
Ryan?
Yeah, hello. I was just listening and I missed a few of the things, but I did want to address also the same gentleman that was talking about the cameras down the pool lines. As a plumber, I can tell you that you can't really run a camera down those lines. Those are pressure lines and there's hard elbows there. So you wouldn't be able to really run a camera. You'd have to find those leaks in a different way. But I do appreciate, I've seen the mayor out there working on the pool, and I appreciate all the efforts trying to bring that back online. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
And Dad's phone, I'm not sure who that is.
Through the mayor, attorney, maybe you can explain viewpoint discrimination to the mayor, because clearly cutting me off before my 3 minutes is viewpoint discrimination. The fact that he did
Put your
that
name-
just
put
opened
your
you up
name up
to
there.
liability.
Go ahead. Sorry. We passed a resolution that you have to put your name up there at least, so. Okay, that's everybody?
Yes, sir.
It's me, Hannah Carmen.
Let's about 10 seconds. Keep doing it. And you'll be on.
Okay, next we have presentations. Brooke Gonzalez with Network Insurance Services. Thought you'd never get to this.
Yes, at city council, this is a lot lighter and it's insurance.
There you go.
know, so-
Well, the insurance ain't good, but.
Well, it is if you have a really good agent, right?
Okay, there you go.
This is, I'll tell you my story. I'm not sure how long I get, 3 minutes.
No.
But I met with Sharon.
This is a presentation that
Oh,
a reasonable amount of time.
okay, so I did meet with Sharon a few times and then I met with Mr. Galusha regarding your workers' comp line and it's your workers' comp line only. So that's with Pinnacle Assurance, right? Years ago, you used to be with Sursa, your property and casualty is with Sursa, so it's.
Enough of that.
I let him know.
Golly. All right. Well,
I told him I did a
we're
civil
seeing
rights
that
strike.
your speech has got to be, what they want you to say, or
Yep.
otherwise they'll just kick you out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't say favorable things, you're not heard. They made that very clear. It wasn't going nowhere. Just waiting for John to pop back in over here.
Your time was up real quick if you didn't say what they wanted.
Oh, there he is.
Wow. You talk about just got themselves fucked. Seriously. And you see fucking Dan's face? Dude, I'm filing a fucking bar complaint against that prick. Seriously. This is ridiculous, man. This is exactly what we were talking about. This is exactly what we were talking about. What the fucking shit is this?
Woo, they got you heated. Did you do your goose frabas?
Dude, I was very pleasant. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't yelling at all. He's the one that got hurt.
You know,
They said it has to at least say your name, but if you guys look, it just says Dan.
It says Dan, it says D, it says D, it says Deanna, it says Deanna. It says somebody else's fucking name. I think it was Ray or something like that. Please, he's a fucking scumbag. Don't worry. I got something in store for them. Dude, I'm telling you, these guys are fucked up. And you know
Well,
you know what the funny part is I didn't even get past that fucking part of it to bring up the fact that the guy that was complaining about his neighbor, why isn't he complaining about the fucking hotel that's been fucking broken down and fucking shit for all these fucking years that nobody's fucking bothered to tear down or even rebuild? How about that?
right.
You know, it's awful funny. As long as they don't see it, it's okay. Wow. And then who was it? The woman that was talking about the judge and how the judge let that guy leave and how they were talking about charging Al for spitting on the guy. Well, first of all, anybody with two fucking sets of eyeballs can tell you that he never spit on the guy. The guy's window wasn't open on the car. And the guy's claim was that he spit through the window. Well, if the window is up, how are you spitting through the window? I mean, that's just basic 101. But hey, you can't tell these guys nothing. Nothing.
Hmm.
Wow. These guys are fucked up.
I think we can see why Walsenburg operates the way that they do.
Well, you know, and that also, I didn't even get to bring up the other point, which is they've been taking money out of the fund for maintenance for the water park, but yet haven't been doing the maintenance. Now all of a sudden they're doing shit to it.
Oh yeah.
What do they think? Because ice is coming down, that they're going to open the water park up and the cops are going to go over there to fucking play?
Yeah, well, you got to make the town more attractive to live in now that it's going to be kind of like, what are those, like little cop cities, like a prison city. It's going to be a prison city now. So
Welcome to Georgia.
Well, there's a bunch of cities like that in Colorado. Cannon City is one of those cities. You know, they're just surrounded by prisons over there. I mean, there's a lot of cities that are prison cities. Take Florence, Arizona. Florence is a big prison city. That's all it is. 3 big prisons, and whoever lives there usually works there. So,
And you know, and speaking of Florence, that's kind of funny because, you know, the same guy that I was criticizing just a few minutes ago, which would have been the chief of police withholding all our body camera footage, is the same guy that was the chief of police in Florence when Officer Winters decided to light up an old lady with her taser and can't carry anymore. So, I mean, you know, hey, I mean, what are you going to do? The insanity continues. And I also enjoyed the whole thing about the speed camera.
well, now I'm kind of curious what they'd do to you if you actually went in there and walked up to the podium and did that. Would they remove you for your speech?
My guess?
Yeah, they told somebody in the audience that try that again or something. They said like that. They were gonna like sick the dogs on them or something, I think.
Yeah, I'm having internet issues still. The tower is they've been working on the tower for a while. It ain't helping much. But yeah, I said my opinion is that if I was in there and in the meeting, they'd arrest me.
Probably.
Oh yeah. They'd try and claim that I was disrupting the meeting. Not that they were doing that, but you know.
Well, we know how they operate. Now we see why they operate the way that they operate. But I have to say, I am actually quite impressed. I am. I'm quite impressed by this meeting. And I want to say, you know, good job to everybody that like got on that, you know, got up in that public comment and spoke and actually came with some sort of facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they actually were bringing up issues that weren't just personal issues. Maybe the guy that was complaining about the house next door to him, that's a personal issue of his because he probably can't sell the house that he wanted to flip because of that house. And now that there's a chance of it getting cleaned up and he has a chance of selling the house next to it, that might be a little personal in my opinion, but that's how I view that.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with that. I mean, I'm glad that people started to stand up and speak their mind, but more people have to do it, and more people need to put in the requests because You know, I think the young lady that spoke at the beginning, where she said that Collin is flipping out because he's getting these core requests like it's a burden that he's getting them.
That's his job. Again, it's like with Aguilar. Before we came along, Aguilar didn't get any core requests. I think we were the first ones to core request in that town in like 20 years.
Well, like I said, at the end of the day, this is the game they're going to play. And the funny part is that the mayor just stated, he just stated on the record in that meeting that they passed an illegal ordinance saying that you had to give up your first and last name and address in order to speak in a public meeting. I don't think that my pal over at the coalition is really going to like hearing that. As a matter of fact, I don't think he's going to like hearing that I was thrown out of the meeting based off the fact that this isn't going anywhere. I still have my 3 minutes. Whether you like it or you don't, you can't turn around and just mute, kick them out. And the attorney's not sitting there saying to the mayor, you can't do that.
No.
What you did is illegal. What you just did, just put the city on the hook for a lawsuit because you violated the mayor's right.
Right.
I mean, wow. Man, I just think at the end of the day, this is insane. These people think that they own everything. They're the one. This is that whole shift of power where they're sitting there saying, you don't have it no more. We got it. And we're going to use everything we can to throw at you. And we're going to just keep hammering you. But
All right, guys. Well, we've been at it for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We got a couple good jams lined up for you.
I got an oldie but a goodie that nobody thought was going to happen.
Yeah, we got a couple. We got a couple.
Okay, I'm just gonna play it because I've been waiting.
Appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out.
Night, folks.
Hear those sounds coming down the road. Are they coming to your boat? Everything ain't feeling right. I get lost, admin has been out of sight. Footsteps echo down the hall. Shadows dancing on the wall. Feel the panic starts to crawl. Poor Tyra is trapped beneath it all. The feds are coming, time to run and hide. The feds are coming, no place left to slide. The feds are coming, nothing left to decide. The feds are coming, hope you're ready for that ride. Heart be racing, can't slow down. Stealing whispers in this town. Truth is buried underground. We all know they're coming around. Hiding in the darkened room. Silent dread that's growing soon. Looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Tyra and the bar always seem to follow. The feds are coming, time to run and hide. The feds are coming, no place left to slide. The feds are coming, nothing left to decide. The feds look down, stealing whispers in this town. Truth is buried underground. We all know they're coming around. Hiding in the darkened room, silent dread that's growing soon. Looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. TYRA and the bar always seem to fumble.
All right. All right. You ready? You ready?
Yo.
I can't say that. There it goes. There it go. Hold on. And then there, and then that. No, remove that.
6 weeks away and counting fast. Where's the money gone so fast? They are keeping hush. It's their little game. She's coming back to reclaim her name. Played all along, but you wouldn't know the secrets here. They tend to grow. Transparency is just a dream. She'll reign again. Watch and see. The gossip flies, but we stay mute. We won't talk about the tyrant's new suit. The truth is locked like hidden loot. I'm thrown away to shining bright. Get ready for a grander sight. Counting down until the tyrant returns. The day approaches, our silence burns. In weeks to come, she'll stand and shout. Her reign resumes, there is no doubt. 6 weeks away and counting fast. Where's the money gone so fast? They are keeping hush. It's their little game. She's coming back to reclaim her name. Played all along, but you wouldn't know the secrets here. They tend to grow. Transparency is just a dream. She'll reign again. Watch and see. You have done so much for the town. Maybe we will build you a statue with a water feature, different flowers, or maybe not, you silly clown.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this back, thanks for watching it all the way back. Have a wonderful evening.
Stay safe, everyone.